Shields up, Iron Breakers. How's everybody doing? And today, I'm here with some more Elite Dangerous. You guys missed that Elite Dangerous, man? God damn, I know I did. Been to Gamescom and haven't been able to really play Elite Dangerous since I've been out there. And after that, had like a bachelor party. And pretty soon I'm going to have a friend's wedding. So it's like it's been a pain in the ass to get time to actually play some of the games that I've been wanting to play. But anyway, hopefully you guys are excited. Today is a little bit more, I would almost say guide-oriented, because I know that a lot of you guys started playing Elite Dangerous because I started playing Elite Dangerous. And some of you guys might be like, okay, so I need to find a place to, you know, maybe you guys like the Clipper like I do. Maybe you guys like Imperial ships. Or for whatever reason, maybe you just want to get some Imperial naval rank, or maybe even just make some money. So I've been looking for systems where I can do Imperial naval rank, mostly. And this so far has been the best one because it's very versatile. Not only it lets you do Imperial naval rank things if you want to, it also lets you make money if you want to. And there's a wide variety of missions so that you don't get bored. So very importantly, before we get started, it's like there are these systems that people go to in order to make a lot of money. For instance, one of them is Quince. I'm pretty sure most of you guys, if you Googled how to make a lot of credits, you guys probably ran into a video that talks about Quince at some point. It's like inevitable. Everybody talks about Quince. There's the suicide winder thing that you do on Quince, and I'm not a fan of that. I don't like doing that. I don't think it's fun, and I think it's boring. It nets a lot of money, for sure, but I think it will burn you out of the game. Now, another place that I went to do Imperial Naval rank was Wuginagi. Now, Wuginagi is a fine place. Problem with Wuginagi, does not support large ships. I mean, sure, you can do Wuginagi with a large ship, but it's not as efficient as if you're doing it with a medium-sized ship. And obviously the Clipper, which is my favorite ship in the game, is a large ship. So therefore, I was looking for a system where I could do all the things that I like to do, but with a large ship. And I ran into a DT, and that is where we are right now. We are in the space station Pew 1901 in the system of a DT. Now, before we get started, I would like to show you guys what I currently have my ship outfitted with. Let you guys get an idea. So first and foremost, you guys know me. I don't like running around without weapons. As a matter of fact, I did my 15,000 light year trip with weapons, so I have my weapons equipped. You can unequip these if you want to. They are not necessary at all. I'm not going to be getting into combat. It's just one of those things. It's almost like an RP thing, you know? It's just like I, as a person, if I had a ship, I would not go anywhere without my weapons, because who the fuck knows who you're going to run into. Although my ship can outrun most of the NPC stuff, so I'd be pretty safe without weapons. I have my weapons. They're engineered. It's all turrets, and they deal a ton of damage. The reason they're all turrets is because I like to do strafing runs on my enemies, so I just kind of like fly by them and shoot the crap out of them along the way. Also, I have all of my utility mounts, which again, you can lower these in case you want to do bigger jumps in order to get to a DT faster. I will show you guys the map of the system and all that, but this is what I brought with me: the weapons, the utility mounts. And then in terms of core internals, we have lightweight alloys because I like my ship to be lightweight. 6A power plant, thrusters with a couple of modifications and dirty drives. They're not even maxed out yet. Frame shift drive, that on the other hand is maxed out. 5D life support, 6A power distributor. I actually don't know what it's optimized for, if I'm being completely honest. I don't remember. I guess I optimized it for recharge. Yeah, recharge. Optimize it for recharge. 5D sensors for the weight and the maximum fuel tank that you can have. And now for the important stuff, the optional internals. Now, obviously, if you have a Clipper or a large ship, you might have it equipped with big, meaty shields. And I brought those with me. So, like, if I actually would want to get my stuff back, I can... Oops, no, don't store. If I want to get my stuff back, I have it here. Like, there should be a 7C shield somewhere. Oh, no, I can't equip my shield because I already have a shield equipped. But there's a 7C shield in here and my 6A fuel scoop. I brought those with me on this trip. However, before I got here, I bought a bunch of economy class passenger cabins as well as other passenger cabins in general because I wanted to be able to do some passenger missions in this area as well, because the DD system, like I said, it's a system with a wide variety of missions, and I will explain to you guys why this is particularly important. We also have a planetary vehicle hangar and a 3D shield generator. This shield generator is specifically for you to not take hull damage when you're landing, if you happen to ding by something. This is not a shield generator that's going to keep you alive. This is the minimum, also lightest shield you can put on the Clipper, and that is the only reason why I have this shield equipped. It is just for landing operations, so don't go around with this build that I have right here fighting. You can do it. You might even survive, but I just would not advise it. The Advanced Discovery Scanner always have one, and a Planetary Approach Suite. That is important. You want to keep that because a lot of the missions in a DT will take you to planets. Unless you don't have horizons, at which point you can go and just do stuff that is not planet related. But I like going to planets. I'm kind of okay with it. If you have issues landing in planets, you might want to replace, I don't know, something out here for a computer, for a docking computer. But, you know, if you're running around with a big ship, I'm just going to assume you're able to land it on a planet. It's not like it's fucking rocket science. It's not that hard. So that is our build. And first of all, let's take a look at the location that we're in so that you guys get an idea. It's a little bit away from the bubble. It's not too far away, but it is a little bit away. So this is a DT, and the bubble is like around here. So it's a little bit, I believe, like lower, right? Yeah, it's a little bit closer to the bottom of the bubble, as you guys can see. And it's beneath the bubble more so than far away from it. But the bubble is around here. And this is the DT system. This is the system that I've been hanging out in pretty much before I went to Gamescom. I parked my ship here because this is where I want to do stuff. But as you can see, it's pretty far away from the bubble, so yeah, be ready for a bit of a trip if you want to come out here and plan out accordingly. Be prepared to stick around for a while if you want to actually grind out some Imperial rank. Now, an important thing about a DT is if you want to do like I did, and if you want to have passenger cabins here, you're going to have to buy them before you get to a DT. So I would recommend that you guys go to the system. If you want to have the same setup that I do, you will want to go to HIP 112.41. Because HIP 112.41 is a system that is reasonably close to a DT, and what you want to do is before you go to a DT, you come to this system, and in this system you will want to go specifically to Esposito, I think it's called Esposito City, right here. And why would you want to do this? Because if this is the closest place that has passenger cabins. So if you want to bring your big ship that's armed to the teeth like mine was, with shields and big-ass fuel scoops and all these other things that are not particularly going to be useful when you get to a DT, what you do is you come to Esposito City and you buy all of the things that you want, like all of the cargo racks that you potentially might want, all of the passenger cabins that you might want, and then you store them in Esposito City. And then what you do is you travel to a DT, which, let me just back away here. You travel to a DT, and once you get to a DT, you request those things to be brought over, which you can do by going to outfitting and then stored modules, which should be here somewhere. Yeah, like for instance, if I wanted to bring this stuff over, which I don't, but if I wanted to bring this stuff over, then all I had to do is just like request it. Now, from Esposito City to Pew 1901, this stuff takes about 15 to 16 minutes to get here. So plan accordingly. Just be aware that once you get to a DT, you're going to be waiting around. It's either 16 minutes or 30 minutes. I don't actually remember. It might be 30 minutes. But be prepared for like a half an hour wait before you actually set yourself up. Now, I bought a lot of different setups. So I have first class passenger cabins. I have business class passenger cabins. So I have a wide variety of cabins that I can do. Right now I'm just running with economy. And you guys will be like, okay, so all of this setup, why? Why is this place so cool? So personally, I don't like board hopping. I almost think that that is downright abusing game mechanics. I just don't like it. I don't think it's fun. Therefore, I like coming up into a mission board, and I like grabbing the missions as they come. So, as you can see, I already did. This is like 2-3 runs, and I maxed out my my fame with these guys. So I haven't even done that many missions, and we already maxed out fame with one of the dudes out here. So now, if you want to just like me, if you want to grind your Imperial rank, what you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to locate. Like, oh, we actually have a really good one here. Donate 25,000 to the cause. You definitely want to accept these if you have the money to donate. You donate that money, and that's an instant increase. As a matter of fact, I should have checked how much we had before we started. So we're at Baron 35%. Now, if you want to make money, you can take these planetary scan jobs. They're not particularly hard. You guys know this is very much the same stuff that you do in Quince, with the exception you're not doing it Sidewinder, Suicide Winder style, because it's not that much fun. And it looks like we actually don't have that many good missions, so to speak. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab these planetary scan jobs, because I'm okay with that. This is for Empire, so it's going to give us the appropriate rep, as you can see. We also have another planetary scan job in Sinuefe, which is the neighboring system that we'll be going to. So I'll take that one as well as another planetary scan job there. Usually there's a lot of boom data delivery missions, but I'm basically playing off of what I'm getting over here. We got a couple more. These guys are on boom. I don't think these guys are like with the Empire, so I'm not going to be taking those missions. Agricultural, supply run, Sinuefe, these guys are also now with the Empire, so whatever, don't have to bother with that. But the good thing about this is that then you can also come to Passenger Lounge, and you can grab a couple of passenger missions to make up for the fact that we didn't take out that many missions. Now, we got these guys, Imperial Cartographic Initiative, 5 protesters seeking transport, sure thing. Come aboard. We have all of these slots to bring additional people in if I want to. Travel contact Brad Sherman. Now, if you want to make some money, you might want to take a couple more people. But right now, I'm focusing mostly on Imperial rank. So I'm not going to be taking all of these. And you guys are like, wow, that was actually not that many missions. Now, bear in mind, we started this run fresh. So we only grabbed a couple of missions. But that's okay, because there's a couple of more locations in the system that you can go to get a couple of more things. So the closest one right now is Bonfire Works. So we're gonna go to that. That's a planetary thing, but it's gonna be a part of our rotation when we're doing this big Empire run. So keep that in mind. So we're gonna go to Bonfire Works, and I'm gonna try and see if I can grab a couple more planetary scan jobs, since we got so many of those, and potentially maybe even a couple of boom data deliveries, which is the ideal thing to actually get rep. Now, just because the first run I'm not getting the most ideal setup, you could board hop if you want to. It's just something that I don't like doing, so I'm not going to. And you don't have to board hop to get good missions out here. Oh, damn it, I really clipped someone? My bad, bro. Let's hope they didn't die. Well, actually, let's hope they did die. We're getting in my way. So I'm going to charge it in. We're going to head straight to Bonfire Works, which is a base on that planet directly ahead of us. And this is one of the 3 stations that you're going to be going through in the Aditi system. After that, we're going to swing by Sinuefe as well. That is, after we do a couple of the quests that we have to do here, because also we should honk the scanner, because it's going to reveal some of our planetary... Actually, no, let's not do that yet. We'll do that after we grab as many missions as we possibly can. Then we'll honk the scanner. We're going to complete those planetary missions. Ooh, crap. Don't tell me I'm right there. I am right there. We're going to crash into the planet, so let's not do that. Circle around it nice and easy. And now make our planetary approach. Nice and easy. Hopefully you guys know how to do proper planetary approaches. If you don't, just avoid the quests that have the Horizon symbol, or just play without the Horizons expansion turned on if you're on PC. If you don't like doing planetary landings. Personally, I don't mind it, and it keeps, you know, it keeps the actions that we're doing a little bit more varied so that you don't get bored as easily as just like doing Quinn's Suicide Winder runs. 'Cause that bores me. It's like you basically have to turn off your brain in order to do that kind of stuff, and so... Like we're landing on landing pad 7 today.
Romeo Uniform Romeo. This terrestrial port is under Imperial rule. Observe traffic regulations when approaching the facility. Docking request approved. Land on designated pad number 07.
Be careful with your inertia. Oh snap, that sucks. Why are they scanning me already? I was actually doing a pretty decent landing. I know, it's random. Luckily this time we're not bringing in refugees or anything, because Imperials don't really like refugees all that much. And you can expect that on some of these missions, depending on how many people you're taking, you will get stopped and interdicted by the Imperial law forces, which again, adds a little bit of diversity to the whole thing and keeps me even more engaged because, you know, it's like I'm actually doing smuggling things, which is one of the things that I really like doing in the game. So we're going to come over here, we're going to check out what the board's looking like and Bonfire works. Because again, to me, it's just more satisfying than board hopping. Looks like we got this guy, he's working for the Empire, and there you go. A bunch of boom deliveries that we're going to be accepting. We also got a sweet counterinsurgency scan mission on a DT, so we're gonna be able to stack that. This stuff is probably, the planetary stuff is probably not going to work after patch 2.4 because I believe that that patch is going to basically not allow you to stack planetary delivery missions, which is a good thing in my opinion because that feels very overpowered and unrealistic. Also, we got a 50,000 donation mission right here. So we're going to go ahead and donate that because it's... I usually don't do like the 500,000. If it's more than 100,000, I usually don't do it. But like 25,000, 50,000, you always want to grab those since they're super easy to do. We also got the DT Jet Mafia, but since they're not Imperials, once again, remember, if you want to make money, you can grab some more of these. But I'm just looking to do Empire rep grind, so I'm not really grabbing those. Now, let's take a look at their passenger lounge. Maybe we'll grab a couple more passengers along the way. Make a little bit more money. A little bit more money on the side. Like, look at that. 800 bones for taking 22 refugees, and another 800 bones for taking another 22, and we just so happen to have... So that's 1.6 million bones right there while you're doing Empire rep grind. So you're not only doing rep grind, you're having fun, you're also smuggling people, which is, again, something that I like doing. You have a couple... 4 more, and I'm just like, whatever. If I'm taking all these people, might as well take these. These are kind of cheap, though, and they will take up a mission slot, so no, let's not take these. Let's not take these. Now, the next spot that we want to go to is Navigation, SMJL Central. Now, you can also go to Fabian Enterprise, but since that is not a place that usually we have to go to in the middle of our runs, I'm going to avoid going there. Because what I'm doing is I'm going to all the places that they're going to send us once we get to Sinwefe. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's like 3 stations here, 2 stations in Sinwefe. So, is it 2 stations? It might be 3 stations in Sinwefe. I don't really remember. But basically, there's diversity, you know, to keep the grind from getting too repetitive. And that is the whole point of this. It's like showing you a system where I believe that you can have fun while still doing things that I would consider to be somewhat boring.
You are clear to resume own navigation. Imperial Flight Operations Bureau now signing off.
Okay, it's on the other side of the planet, so we're gonna get rid of that mass lock. Charge your frame shifts. Wow, our ship's actually pretty hot. Get the hell out of Dodge. Now, like I said, oops. Like I said, the... Damn it, I can't even see it from here. But I'm trying to get to a place where I can actually get to that orbital blue thing. Oh, we still don't have it. Need more speed. Need more speed so that we can get to that orbital cruise. There we go. Now you're talking. Right there. Now we can speed it up even more. Turn it appropriately. There's SMGL. Now that we've got like the max speed we can get out of this. Move away. It's going to decrease a little bit, but it's going to start rapidly increasing. And once again, to get some more distance, go back into blue. I'm just basically trying to escape the orbit of the planet as fast as possible. And as far as I could tell, this is like the fastest way of doing it, in my opinion. As you guys can see, we're increasing our speed significantly. And we're now directed exactly where we want to go to, so just keep the speed going. And we should get out of the orbit of this planet any minute now. Infiatalius, what are you playing on? I'm playing on PlayStation 4, on a PS4 Pro with a Hotas 4 setup. I'm going to be ignoring the signal source once again. Now that we have refugees on board, the Imperial forces will start to try and intercept you. Now, there are plenty of ways of avoiding that, depending on how fast your ship is. You can either do the little mini game. Usually what I do is I submit to the interdiction whenever they grab me, and then the second we pull out of Super Cruise, I boost away because they can never catch up to the Clipper. Not to mention a fucking engineered Clipper with dirty drives. It's like, there's no way. That's like beat cops trying to catch up to a Lamborghini. Forget about it. It's just not going to happen. Don't even try. You can usually ignore most of these. It's not a big deal. Like, you might get a little bit more money, but if you're doing it, I mean, if you're doing it for the money, you might not want to ignore it. But if you're like me and you're doing it mostly for the Imperial rank, it's pretty safe to ignore those. There we go. SMJL Central. I'm going to request docking right here.
We are honored to welcome you to this Imperial station. Permission has been approved. Please set down at bay 09er.
Okay, this is good. I like doing a lot of thruster work before I actually get to the stations. I don't know, it just feels nice. Particularly with the fast Imperial ships. I love fast Imperial ships. My favorite kind. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine bought an Anaconda, and I made him get, like, Imperial fighters. Because they're, like, the most maneuverable ships in the game. The Imperial fighters. I like those a whole lot. Gonna land here, and once again, we're gonna go to the mission board. Now, just notice, we haven't board swapped once. Board hopped. We haven't board hopped not even once. Now we're going to come over here and let's check. Oh, $50,000 to the cause. 50,000 credits. Sure thing. There you go. Have some of that. Now we have the Aditi Jet Universal. These guys are not allied with the Empire, though, so we actually got pretty bad boards, amazingly enough. We got some really crappy boards, but it's okay. Because, like, that's why I like having passenger things in here, because, like, if the board's not favorable, don't worry about it. Just grab a couple of passengers and go about your business. Like, look at this. 20 refugees looking for transport. That's 1 million right there. There's another 1 million right here for 21 refugees for Sinuefe. And these are all like one jump away. So we're gonna grab the first one because it has the most money. Give me that money. Boop. Now this is gonna limit the next one that we can take, but we can still take these 11 refugees also seeking transport. Pick cabin. And that fills us up nicely. So we're pretty much full up. Just remember something. don't forget, you need to have at least one cargo rack on your ship, because a lot of the time some of these missions, they will give you like cargo rewards. So you will need to have the cargo racks in order to hand in those missions. Otherwise, it just straight up doesn't work. Now, this would be the point where we would be ready to jump to Sinwefe, but we did catch a couple of planetary missions. Therefore, we're going to head out of here, and I'm going to honk the scanner once we exit this this facility, and it's going to reveal where I'm supposed to do the planetary scan job. So we're going to do that before we leave the system. And we're probably going to turn that in as well, since it's all in the same system. Might as well do it that way. I hear an Asp Explorer. I can hear it just by the friggin' engine sounds. I've memorized the Asp Explorer's engine sounds because I don't like them at all. Well, let's get those thrusters going. Oh, crap. How's this my fault? This better not be my fucking fault. He hit me.
There is a minimum clearance distance in operation in this facility.
Yeah, there's a minimum clearance. You should talk to that hauler who just hit my friggin' wing. Like, what the frack is that about?
Control zone now included. This is the Imperial Flight Operations Bureau signing off.
Okay, we're no longer mass locked. We're gonna go into Super Cruise. And immediately after, we're gonna honk the scanner. And as you can see, that gives you the location of the planet that you're supposed to go to, which is this. We're going to lock destination. It's actually directly ahead of us. You want to be very careful. Oh, there it is, the interdiction I told you guys about. So like I said, we're going to submit so that we don't lose our bearings. And these guys are looking for our refugees, but I'm a hell of a captain, so you ain't getting my refugees. Like, you can try to catch up to me, but you can't. I can't even read your signature from how far away you are. And now, see ya! See ya, kid! Nice try. So, basically, you can either play the little interdiction game, or you can just do this. And trust me, interdictions happen often, which, again, is going to be an advantage or a disadvantage depending on how much you want to be using your brain as you are doing these reputation runs. Which, in my case, I like the reputation runs to have a little bit more action to them. I like being active in game, like avoiding the Imperials, because it's actually making for, like, a narrative thing, you know, like, I'm out here in a DD and I'm smuggling people back and forth as I'm carrying sensitive data for the Empire and doing all these other things and kind of like being this rogue element in the middle of the system. You know, from an RP standpoint, I like that kind of stuff. It's very satisfying to me to do. It's going to be awesome to eventually have a cutter, because that's what I'm working towards for this Federation grind. This Naval grind. It's mostly because I want to get my cutter. And the main reason is I never really thought I would eventually want to get a cutter, but like a friend of mine, he bought the Anaconda, Nox Tom. He bought the Anaconda, and I was inside his Anaconda. I was like, your ship looks like ass. But it's a pretty cool ship, though, because of the fact of how big it is and how much stuff it can carry. Like, that's pretty cool, so I think I want to get my own. Of course, being a fan of the Clipper, I want to get the cutter. So that's what we're working towards here. And we're still in Baron, so there's still a lot of ranks to go, and I'm not going to do all of that in the stream. I just wanted to do one a DT loop with you guys, so that you guys get an idea of what to expect in terms of both, like, profit, as well as how much, how much rank you're going to get for a single loop of doing this. So right now, like I said, we're going to be doing those planetary scan missions. Just the first ones, because we're going to have a couple more of those to do in Sinwefe. And I'm probably going to just head out to Sinwefe once I finish this, so that I can then come back and hand in a bunch of quests afterwards. Oh, this is the place that we're going to. I got a little bit distracted there. Is it after the rings? Yeah, it looks like it's after the rings. I can't wait for patch 2.4, and I hope by the time patch 2.4 hits that I will have my cutter. I hope. We shall see. Because I also have a lot of stuff to do in both Dauntless and Absolver, so yeah. It's going to be mostly the 3 games that you guys are probably going to be watching on the channel until Destiny 2 releases. It's going to be Elite Dangerous, Absolver, Dauntless, and then eventually I'm going to play some Destiny 2 as well. Once that comes out. You guys are really quiet today. Oh, looks like this is where we're going. Search zone building. Or a scan job right there. Slow her down. Refugees are probably letting you know, the Empire's looking for us. You should be careful. They better not be expecting me to deliver them someplace else, because you're going to be handing at Sinwefe. You get what you paid for. So I'm not sure if a lot of you guys have already done some of these planetary scan missions. This is pretty much the way they go. We're gonna be in glide. This is still not gonna be it. There it is. This is where we're going. Oh, there's a ship there. Imperial Navy vessel. So they might not want me to go ahead and fuck too much around with that building. Not that I care.
Landing gear deployed.
Whoop. Landing the Clipper is a little bit of a challenge. The Clipper is not the best ship for this, but as you guys are aware, the Clipper is my ship, and I love the Clipper, and I will take the Clipper anywhere I need to. Unless the landing pad's too small.
Drive assist on.
So, if I'm not mistaken, our target should be to the right. There it is. Ship just took off. These are probably bio waste. Oh, come on. It was just a little ram. Looks like this is actually a fairly easy place to get the data. There's another tower right here. I'm not sure if I actually have to scan it, but I'll scan it anyway. Come on, it's not that hard. Looks like we actually didn't have to do this one. So I'm just going to check real quick. No quests active. You always want to check this because sometimes the quest will still be active. So once you don't have any quests active, just head back to your vessel. A lot of hills up in this place. Well, I'm thinking my ship is on the other side of these mountains. Ah, she's a beauty, isn't she? I never get tired of looking at her. Never get tired of looking at my Life Hunt Priscilla. She's one of a kind, boys, one of a kind. Aboard the ship. And now we're going to head over to Senwefe. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have missions to turn in on those two places, but instead of doing that, I'm going to go straight to the next system and just start going on a little bit of a loop. Because like I said, another one of the important things is don't get stuck in a rut when you're doing these kind of things. You know, just diversify what you're doing, diversify the grind so that you don't burn out on the game. It looks like the jump we want to do is going to be up here, right? So all of those scans that we just did right there, those are going to net us like about, I think, close to 5 million credits. So that was like just a couple of seconds of work. And they're going to net us about a couple of million credits. Going to Super Cruise here. It's getting kind of hot. Once again, you want to distance yourself from the planet a little bit in order to generate the orbital, whatever it's supposed to be called. I'm not an astrophysicist. But to generate the gravity that is going to kind of like yank you across the planet faster. Move away, it's still not there. I don't know what speed you need to be going or what distance you need to be from the planet for that to show up, so I usually just double check. So there you go, there it is. Speed us up. Godspeed, speed us away. That's 22. Looks like that's going to be top speed, so we're going to move away from the planet a little bit. Speed's going to pick back up. And once again, do the same thing. Get into the blue, and we're almost in range for our jump, so I'm just going to jump right through the planet. Yo, Tom, how you doing, everybody? Malves is going to get married this Saturday. Crazy bastard. Catapult, yeah, slingshot around the planet. Now, if you guys remember, we also picked up a couple of planetary scan jobs on this planet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. As a matter of fact, I think the most efficient way would have been to do this jump before we did the planetary scan jobs, but whatever. So we already know where we gotta go. Well, it looks like this is closer, so we're gonna go here first. I don't know if this is the planetary scan job or the place that I'm supposed to go to, because there isn't a nav beacon here, is there? Oh, there is. I can't believe I never scanned this place. I should have scanned this place already, considering how often I come here. You guys would definitely want to scan this if you're going to stay here for a while. Now, just bear in mind that we're going into a compromised navigation beacon with 80-something people on board. So you want to be very careful what you're doing out here. And you want to be fast and you want to be swift. You do not want to get stuck on this beacon fighting or doing anything of the sorts. So be ready to basically pull out at the first sign of trouble. Going too fast. We're going too fast. Nope, good. Safe disengage. There's our target. Scan it. And get the hell out of Dodge. Now, one of the things that scanning this place is going to do is it's going to allow me to basically know if I'm going to grab more missions or if I'm doing the planetary scan job. And I'm going to grab more missions first. Diamond Vision. That's station number 1, and we should have 2 stations. So this is for the scan job, and then there's Dull Gulf Point. Oh, it's actually in the same planet. That's convenient. Whoa! We overshot it. We completely overshot it, ladies and gentlemen. But it should be fine. I'll fix it, because I'm a fantastic commander. And everyone aboard this clip is perfectly safe. Never fear. The Khan is here. Someone just went by really close to me. And there you go. Once again, you will be interdicted because these people are looking for the refugees that I have on board. But they're never going to catch me. They will never catch me. I know Snake 10, this is Elite Dangerous. Now, like I said, there are... Wow, really? Again? There's so many people chasing after me. Let's see if you can interdict me before I actually land on this planet. Good luck with that.
Orbital flight engaged.
We're going too fast. Maybe not. Yeah, we're definitely going way too fast. Again. Glide? Oh, nice. That was right in the nick of time. Whew! I thought it was going to mess up the glide, but no, I'm actually doing some pretty good planetary approaches here. And yes, Dino Snake 10, I like Absolver a whole bunch. That game's alright. Gonna be proceeding to landing pad 8.
Gutamaya, Romeo, Uniform, Romeo. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau is very pleased to
Oh crap, I'm on the wrong...
ground crew have been informed of your arrival. Approach safely. Docking request approved. Land on designated pad number 08.
Landing gear deployed.
Visual required. Your heading is good.
Damn right my heading is good because I'm a friggin' fantastic pilot. Look at these goddamn textbook landings. That's what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, on this station, you're going to be turning a couple of things in, and you're going to be getting a couple of things out of it as well. So, I'm going to turn these suckers in. Should have a couple of more here, a couple of protesters. Now, we also have these guys who have some more people that are looking for transportation back to a DT. But obviously, if you really want to get more naval rank, which is what I'm trying to achieve as much as possible, first you want to double check to make sure that there isn't anything else that you can do. Like, for instance, 25,000 credits for civil unrest. This is beautiful. We've gotten quite a couple of these. I'm very pleased to go ahead and pay those. 200,000 though, however, I still want to make some money, so no, you're not going to get those. These guys are not allied with the Empire, so we're not interested in what they have to offer. This guy just wants donations, so we're getting pretty bad boards, and still, you guys will see how much we're going to get, even with bad boards. So we still have this guy over here, however, who's willing to get us a couple of dudes to go ahead and go over to the other side. And remember, you still get reputation, although not as much, but you still get reputation for ferrying people over. And it's actually something that, as some of you guys might be aware, something that I actually like doing. Transporting people, smuggling people, all of that stuff. I like doing that. Now, before you leave, always double check the navigation to make sure that there's no pending quests. Because sometimes, like I said, your cargo bay may be full, and therefore you're not going to be able to turn in quests, but the quest will still be there. So always double check before you leave if there's a quest there or not. Now, since we did do a lot of stuff on the mission board, sometimes it might reset, like you can see here. No, this is actually the same stuff. Doesn't always reset, sometimes it will, but whatever. Doesn't matter. We did those things. That is all done. So now, let's go ahead and go to Dolgov Point. Lock destination on there. Get out.
Landing coupler disengaged. Please take note of oncoming traffic when leaving the facility. Thank you. You are now clear.
Dolgov Point, once again, is also a planetary base. So bear that in mind. If you're the kind of person that does not enjoy landing on planetary bases, then this particular system might not work for you all that well. Wow, we really heated up there. Gotta be more careful with that stuff. Once again, get enough distance off the planet so you can slingshot away. Hey, Green Skittles. How you doing? Still not enough. Get more distance. More dots. More space dots. Now we're talking. Get your heading straight into Dolgov Point. Which is, like I said, the second location in here that you have to go to. And I believe it's the only one. Yeah, there's only 2 bases on the Sinuefe system. So it's fairly efficient. Then there's the 3 bases back where you will have stuff to turn in a DT.
Incoming mission critical message.
Once again, you guys are free to ignore the mission critical messages for the most of it. Here we go. Once again, someone else is interdicting us. Now, if you want to, you can equip a decent shield on your ship and fight these things off, but you're not forced to do it. So it's completely up to you. Usually I don't engage in combat because I have a 3D shield, which is not fantastic for the Clipper. But, you know, it could also be an interesting way to distract yourself from doing the rep grind. Instead of evading all of your interdictions, just go ahead and bite on a couple of them and beat the crap out of the people that are interdicting you. It's always an option. As a matter of fact, if this dude manages to interdict me, I'm going to check out which ship he's flying before I move away. Tweedle Twitchworth. Target vessel located, moving in interdict. Okay, good luck. Let's see about that. Let's see about your interdiction nonsense. Always wondered how the game looked. Game looks pretty good, if you ask me. I like it. Okay, let's slow her down. We're pretty close to the planet that we're headed to. Probably going to overshoot it. Maybe not. No, looks like I reduced the speed just in time. There it is. Time to cash you out. Barney Burgess. It is a vulture, so no, we're not going to be fighting a vulture with a 3D shield. Wow. Mr. Vulture can move. Try and stop me. See ya. Once again, I'm not properly equipped for a fight. That's why I'm always going to be running from the interdictions. I heard it's very complex. Yes, the game has a lot of complex systems to it, depending on what you want to do. But it's not super hard to learn. Like, it just requires practice. You know, I'm not usually someone who does a lot of simulation games, and I got completely hooked on this. So it definitely surprised me by the positive quite a bit. That is after the initial 3 hours in which I completely hated it. Seriously, dude? Not the same guy, is it? Where's my target? Oh, a Viper Mark III? A Viper Mark III, bro? Nah, you just don't even respect me, do you? You just don't even have any respect for me. There's no way you have respect for me, because otherwise, you wouldn't do something as stupid as this. Oh crap, these are the cannons. Not bad. These are the lasers. I haven't fought in my ship for a while. Hey, Tweedle Twitchworth. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Not too good? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I cook your bulkheads? Aww. Aww. Poor guy. Let's take a look at what he dropped. Salvaged alloys, galvanizing alloys. We don't need none of that. See, it's a nice little break every now and then. Turn around, kill a random ship. You know, I haven't fought in the Clipper for so long that I almost forget how powerful the friggin' lasers are. Like, we laser that sucker down in record time. That friggin' Viper Mark III is just like, oh yeah, I found my target. Viper Mark III. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna claim your bounty. Kill that Viper Mark III with no shields. Please, son. Could probably have taken out that Vulture too, but the Vulture was a little bit riskier because the Vulture's got shields for days, and if you had shield cell banks, we'd be in a fight for hours, and I just wasn't up to it.
Orbital flight engaged.
Prepare for the planetary approach. to Dolgov Point. I think we're actually slowing down too soon, but I don't want to risk overshooting it. I think we should be able to glide the rest of the way, so we should be fine. Boosting when you're gliding, I don't think that actually does anything, but I'm not entirely sure, so I do it anyways. And I like the sound of the boost on the clipper anyway, so it's whatever. You don't want to boost anymore after this because this actually has 0.3 gravity. It's going to take me a while to... Oh, shoot. Messed it up. Correcting it with thrusters. I shouldn't have boosted there, and I think I misclicked that boost. It's all good. We've done the thruster correction. We'll be fine.
Continue on your current flight path, Commander.
I love seeing the thrusters fire. Look at these frackin' textbook landings, man. I'm talking about. Beautiful. Like a glove.
Landing complete. Systems offline. Have a pleasant visit, Commander.
Now, once again, let's check out that mission board. Let's turn in whatever we have to turn in. We should have a couple of boom data deliveries. Now, let me just double check that I'm not missing anything. There still are a couple of quests here. Probably I have a couple of passengers that want to stay here. Yep, there's a couple of more passengers. This is also the place where you will want to sell, because there is a commodities market over here. Sell any cargo that you have on you, because, you know, it's just taking up space. And since I have a pretty small rack, I want to keep it clear. 0 out of 8, so we're good there. Now let me check the boards again, make sure that there's a couple of quests that potentially we could take back, like sensitive civil data unrest. Oops. Except that. Except that. 125,000 is usually something that I wouldn't take, but for the purpose of this video, I'll do it. To increase, to make up for the fact that we're not getting good boards. To give you guys a more realistic estimate of what you will be getting. Usually. Now here you could also take another, actually we are going to take this because we haven't done the surface scan missions, so this is all going to be on the same planet. We might as well take an additional one. Actually we shouldn't have taken that, but it's okay. It's whatever. I'll just make an additional stop later. Let me double check the board. I have 2 quests here. Oh, nice! How nice of you. 50,000. Good thing. Let's take another look at the board. Sometimes whenever you do these many missions, the boards will change. Again, no board swapping. I'm just, you know, whenever I'm doing stuff, I'm double checking if there's not more. We do have 1 million in passengers here, so I'll take that as well, because like I said, I'm also trying to make a little bit of money here. Let's grab these 14 refugees as well, because why the hell not? And a couple of more refugees. It is for the Empire at the end of the day, so it's not a big deal. Perfect. We cleared out the boards in here. Now that we've done that, I'm just going to double check. No quest marker in Dolgolf Point. However, there is a search zone outpost, which is also on this planet. So we're going to do the planetary scan job here as well. Hey, Neko Alley, how you doing? Also, see you later, Green Skittles. Green Skittles.
Landing coupler disengaged. You may depart when ready.
Have a look here. Okay, the search zone is in this direction.
Fly safely,
Gonna go into Super Cruise to navigate around the planet a little bit faster. Cramming those refugees in there. Oh yeah, I got refugees for days. Refugees for days out here. And remember, we're smuggling these refugees, so this is, I believe it's considered illegal missions for most of these refugees, which is, again, something that I like doing. You know, at least if you have to do this Imperial rep thing, at least you're doing things that you enjoy. At least that's the way that I personally look at it. Sweet. We're going to get into the Orbital Speed. Gonna slingshot around the planet here for a little bit. Now just remember, you don't have to do all of the same quests that I'm doing. I'm just doing them because there's, you know, variety involved in doing all of these missions. And in my opinion, that's something that you should be shooting for when doing this kind of stuff, to prevent burnout, boredom, and just get yourself into a brainless grind. Because this is the most boring part of the game to me. Grinding naval ranks is the most boring thing you could do in Elite Dangerous. I'm not a fan of that. I've actually discussed this with the community managers while I was at Gamescom, and I told them that my personal suggestion was you should just have harder missions that would just give you way more rep, so that players would do these harder missions with, you know, increased difficulty, as opposed to doing a bunch of these small, stackable, more boring missions. That was my personal suggestion, and I'll probably reiterate that at least once more before this stream is done. Once again, be very careful not to crash your ship when you're doing this stuff. And you guys are like, crash your ship. And it's like, yeah, but it's particularly important because you're also getting rep for all these minor factions in the system. And crashing your ship or failing to complete missions is going to reduce your reputation with the smaller factions, and then they're not going to give you missions that are as good. So always keep that in mind. And as a matter of fact, if you're coming into the system, I would also advise you, if you have some cartography data, save it to donate at Pew 1901. Am I going to ram myself into the ground? Am I? Am I really? Oh, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop in time. We're gonna go back in time. There's the outpost. And the target should be to our right.
Drive assist on.
Bouncy, bouncy.
Low gravity warning.
Look at how lucky we are. We haven't gotten one of those that's like, stay away from my outpost. These damn kids invading my outpost. Sometimes you will get some of those, so bear that in mind. Gonna go ahead and scan this. The frack? What are you doing? How dare you? Look at them trying to get away from me. No, listen, bro. I'm gonna scan you, and I don't care what you do. You're just gonna have to accept it. Just accept it.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay. So now we have a quest to turn in at Dolgov, but it's not really worth your time to just go to Dolgov for that, because what's going to happen is you're going to pick up more quests back where we came from on our next stop, so you should just turn this in the next time you're on Dolgov. It's not worth it if you to go to Dolgov just to turn in one quest. Why can't I... Okay, my... Oh, okay.
Incoming mission critical message.
I messed up and my hat switch was not working properly. Okay, so next up, we want to jump back to a DT to complete our run.
Landing gear retracted.
This is actually perfect because the DT is actually not around the planet or anything, so we're going to be able to just jump through hyperspace as soon as we get out of mass lock. Bust reported? I think that's the opposite of a boom. That's probably where there's not as many, probably why there's not as many boom data deliveries, but there's still a lot of passengers, so there's still a lot of money to be made while still doing a reasonable amount of reputation. So what I'm going to do next is I'm only going to turn in missions, but if you want to keep the rep grind going, because I'm going to stop the rep grind once I'm done with this stream, but if you wanted to keep going, on your next sections, what you would want to do is you would want to pick up the next set of missions to keep the, basically to keep the rhythm going. Oh, you actually have to go to Cremona Arsenal? I'm not sure I've ever been there. It looks like we picked up a couple of passengers that want to go that way. And once again, we got people that are trying to interdict us. To me, this is all part of the thrill. All part of the thrill. That's why I like a DT. A DT is a fun system. So always remember that the stuff is usually ordered by distance. So you want to do it by distance as well. So we're going to go to Cremona, Pew 1901, Bonfire Works, and SMJL Central. So we're actually going to have to go to 4 places this time around just to turn in. Do I have stuff on my inventory? Just want to make sure that I have free slots in the cargo rack at all times. Now, there's also sometimes just regular delivery missions that you might want to do. So it all depends. Do you want to take more passengers? Do you want to take more regular delivery missions? It's really up to the player. Personally, I like taking passengers, which is why I stocked my ship with passenger stuff. It's going to allow me to both make a decent profit and still gain some rep. Ultimately, are there faster ways of doing this? Yeah. But also, they are probably more boring. So it's going to be a personal player preference. Do you want to do it fast and not have fun? Or do you want to do it slightly slower and actually have some fun while you're doing it? And to me, I like the second option better. There's the interdiction. Oh my god. Are you for real? Are you for frackin' real? You really want to do this? Oh, here you go. Scan this. You want to scan something? Scan me. Scan me, you goddamn Asp Explorer. Or Asp Scout, whatever the fuck you are. It's an Explorer. Their little biplanes, bi-engine. See? Oh wow, this guy was actually pretty famous, huh? And you definitely don't want to stick around for the authorities. He actually took quite a bit of our hull. That was impressive for an Asp Explorer. Then again, always remember, we have a really crappy shield. He still chunked our hull, though. Gotta give him that. I think this is the first time I'm landing on this specific base.
Orbital flight engaged.
Coming in a little hot. Christian Eichelman, I am flying the Imperial Clipper. Oh, it's actually this direction.
Gutermeyer, Romeo, Uniform, Romeo. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau is most honored to have you with us.
Should be honored.
Mission has been approved. Please continue to Bay 09er.
Landing gear deployed.
Textbook. Every time. Textbook. Know what I'm saying? Okay, let's fix our stuff. I'm going to save the, I'm going to save the bounties for the Pew Station. Oh wow, this was actually not worth it at all. It's just like the weaklings. Is that it? Or is there actually missions to turn in here as well? Okay, no, we also have a mission. Let me just take a quick look. Oh, there's still a couple of missions to turn in here, which means we might have filled up our all. No, nothing here. Do we still have passengers to turn in? What's the deal? Why am I getting a quest marker here? Not entirely sure what's going on here. I'm gonna have to go through my missions real quick to figure out which one of these is not working. Oh, insufficient data capacity, so we might have a couple of rewards that are... How's our materials? Our materials is good, it's just the data. So we probably have a data reward to collect. Or full up. Oh, 29. Okay, this should free us up a little bit. This is a problem that not everybody's going to have. I just happen to have it. So now let me check here if it's a mission or it's a passenger delivery. It's probably a passenger delivery. Yep, a DT Jet Mafia. Why did I even take this mission? I'm not exactly sure why I took that mission from the Jet Mafia, but okay. Yeah, I knew I knew I had done something wrong when I came up to this planet. Because usually it's not in the main loop. Usually the main loop is Pew, and then Beaufoy, and then SMJL. Either way, always remember that, like, if you're gonna keep going and keep grinding, you want to grab, like, for instance, this Maddox over here. He's got another sensitive civil unrest data delivery, as well as another one. And if you have a lot of money, you might also want to donate $500,000. I don't want to donate because I'm going to need some money as well. And also, I want to make a point to, like, add up the money that we've made throughout this journey and all that stuff to compare what we started with, what we ended with in one loop. The loop did take a long time because we're going on about an hour and change.
Clear to depart when ready. Route ahead is clear. Take care on your journey.
Actually, I want to end in Pew, so instead, let's just take Beaufoy Works first. Because I want to finish the run in Pew, because that's where we began. I'm just going to turn in everything else.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Again, remember to move away enough from the planet so that you guys can get that orbital speed. Still not there. Move away a little bit further. Come on, orbital speed. There we go. Want to get to Beaufoy Works. Keep it as close to the end as possible. That you're always moving away from the planet. Actually, I'm going to do the unorthodox method. I'm going to get us to maximum speed that we can squeeze out of this. Like 24 is going to be it. And move away. This is what I would call the slingshot maneuver right there. Now we've cleared the planet. And now we're just going to keep speeding up, speeding up, speeding up so we can turn to our destination. Actually, we can capitalize a bit more by... Whee! And now we're definitely slingshotting away. I really like this ship. Just the completely clear view of space is so good. The ship has like the best cockpit ever. And the cockpit positioning is actually good too. Unlike the aspect sword, like it's actually a proper cockpit that's not overexposed. I can't wait to see what the cutter looks like. Now you guys will notice that I purposely haven't looked to the right yet, because I'm going to do that at the end of this stream. We're going to look to the right, and we're going to see how much we've gotten, and we're also going to see how much credits we've gotten in one loop.
Incoming mission critical message.
What, is somebody else looking for you guys as well? Is that what's happening? I also need to eventually go get this. I got like 11 million credits here to collect, which are going to be put to use in equipping my coming cutter. Always want to take it nice and slow. And also, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, but hey, Schlarg. Hopefully you're having a good time as well, dude. Sorry, I've been a little bit focused. Like so many planetary landings. Always remember to like align yourself for a proper planetary entrance. Otherwise you're just going to crash into the planet, so to speak. And you definitely want to avoid that.
Orbital flight engaged.
Oh, I think I'm gonna miss this one. But I'm gonna risk it. The hell with it. So close. Yep. I could have corrected that. But it's fine. We got boost. We got the fastest ship in the galaxy. Well, not the I would say the fastest large ship in the galaxy. The refugees in the back are like, what the frack is this guy doing? He's gonna get us all killed. I was like, nah, chill, bro. I got you. I have flight assist off. That's why we're kind of like falling into the planet. But if you guys notice our speed, having flight assist off pays off with additional speed. Just makes the ship a lot harder to handle. Basically, our ship is falling down like a rock right now. Intentionally. Like, look at how fast we're going. One last boost. And now you want to be starting to slow down.
Docking request approved. Set course for landing pad 07. Descend to flight level 200.
Landing gear deployed. Scan detected.
Son of a gun. Hurry it up before the scan finishes. Oh, come on. That one was not textbook because I'm not entirely sure whether I'm carrying legal refugees or illegal ones. So let's go ahead and turn in whatever we have to turn in out here. Counterinsurgency scan mission. Ooh, luckily enough, there's also 25,000. Tackle civil unrest. Sure thing. If you're rich enough, you might want to grab a couple more of those. This guy is not allied with the Empire, therefore he is useless. Thank you very much. Passenger lounge. Oh, we actually don't have anybody to turn in here. That was one quest to turn in this place. Feels bad, man. Well, time to get out of Dodge. Once again, remember, if you wanted to continue doing the loop, you would want to grab missions here as well. Both the Sinwefe as well as a DT if there's more planetary scans, all that stuff.
Landing coupler disengaged. Expedite climb to your exit altitude. You are clear to resume own navigation. Have a pleasant journey, Commander. Thank you for your...
I will. Thank you very much. Let's get clear of this planet. Looks like ideally you want 2.5 before you come and get the orbital boost. And once you squeeze as much as you can out of it, and you move away, it starts increasing again. Increase as much as you can after that, go back to the orbital. It's like the fastest way of getting clear of a planet. And we're actually clear already. Let's do it nice and slow so that we don't pick up the planet's gravitational pull again. Oh yeah, we're speeding up nicely. We're out of the gravitational pull. There's the Sphere of Influence. The blue one. Now on to SMJL Central, where we'll turn in a couple of more quests. And finally, after that, we're going to head back to Pew and tally up everything we've done.
Incoming mission critical message.
Coming a little hot. Slow it down. Hopefully we won't bypass it. Good. We in there.
Kushimaya, Romeo, Uniform, Romeo. Please accept the warmest welcome of the Imperial Flight Operations Bureau. You are cleared for access. You may now proceed to landing pad 3-2.
Too much thruster power right there. Ow!
Integrity compromised.
Big ass wings, man. Sometimes they're a problem. They make for a beautiful ship, but every now and then I frack up with the wings. Hey Paven B, how you doing? So once again, we're going to turn in a couple of more quests here. Mission board. Usually you're going to get a lot more quests at the space station, so... And remember, I don't like to keep repeating this, but this is where you would get your next boom data delivery. And here you can also get additional things. Although even here, our ship is still too large for some of these missions. Now here is where you would want to come get a couple of more planetary stuff to get a bunch of more money. But like I said, we're only going to do one loop today, so we're going to not grab those. But yeah, those would be pretty valuable to get money as well as reputation. So let's turn in these fine folk as well. Our cargo hold is at maximum capacity, which is why probably we can't turn in, but we do have the commodities market here, so we'll just go ahead, sell off whatever we have, which is a couple of modular terminals. Probably a couple of my friends could use some of these, but it's like I just don't have the space right now to help them out with that. That'll take care of that. Let's go back to mission board. Turn in... Oh, I thought... Oh, we're just turning in passengers now? Okay. We're just missing a couple of more of our refugees here. Boom! And that pretty much clears us out of quests in this facility. Again, I know that I'm repeating myself, but remember, if you wanted to keep the loop going, you would want to go ahead and grab some more missions. Which I actually saw quite a few good ones while I was just quickly browsing through the board and turning in stuff.
Uncoupling complete. All clear, Commander.
I'm such a thruster jockey. Always doing crazy thruster shit. What's the objective? The objective right now, Paven B, is to grind Imperial naval rank to buy the biggest ship in the game. Seems reasonable. Although the Type 10 Defender might become the biggest ship in the game once 2.4 hits, but... Dude, Type 6, Type 7, and Type 9 are some ugly-ass ships. So I think I'd rather have my cutter anyway. But I think a lot of players will be buying a Type 10 Defender pretty soon. Looks like we got someone else who wants to interdict us, grab some of our refugees. We're not going to let that happen, of course. You're not taking my refugees. Flush them out of an airlock before you take my refugees, bro. And this is the final checkpoint on our stream today. Because like I said, we're going to do one full loop and then reevaluate all of the benefits that you get from a full loop of doing this. Oh man, you, sir, are a royal pain in my ass. Now let me see, what kind of a ship are you actually running? Viper Mark III again. These guys just have like zero respect for me. Hunting me down on Viper Mark IIIs. Come the fuck on, bro. Why don't you just have some lasers? You like lasers? I like lasers. Check it out. How about you? You like lasers, bro? Looks like you don't have any shields. Would you look at that? Look at that. Oh. 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 I'm sorry. This is what you get. This is what you get for interrupting me in my mission. Armed to the hilt, I hope. You mean my cutter? Oh yeah. I'm gonna arm that sucker like nobody's business. Gonna just put all of the hard points to be ridiculously powerful. Gonna put a bunch of fracking cannons on that ship, like the big ones, the biggest possible cannons you could ever put on a goddamn ship. We're gonna put them on there. You guys will see. Okay, now let's turn in the last couple of missions that we have.
You are on deck. Disembark when ready. All station services are at your disposal, Commander.
Mission board. What do we got to turn in here? Not that much, it seems. Oh, we actually do have quite a few planetary... Oh yeah, the scan jobs that we did earlier. These are probably going to be a nice little payday. We're just turning in so many of them, the game can't even keep up right now. It's like, dude, stop turning in so many things. Stop it. There we go. Now that we've turned this in, we probably have a couple of passengers to turn in as well. The game can't even handle me right now. I think I reset the board with those turn-ins. It's another 17 refugees. Let me just very quickly take a look. Is there anything left? Nope, we turned everything in. The only thing left for us to turn in is that counterinsurgency surface mission, which we were supposed to turn in on our next lap, on our next loop, so to speak. Let's also turn in all of the... Oh, looks like we have a fine for reckless flying. And redeem all of our bounty vouchers for the people that we've killed. And, okay, so very quickly, I think we were around the 183 million mark. I think that's about close to where we were. Either that or 100 and, 184. Was it 183, 184 million credits when we started the stream. So we're now at 197. So that puts us at about 14 million credits profit on a single loop. And we raised from 35 to 51. So that puts us at 16%. Is it 16%? Yeah, it is. 16% raise in rank and 17%, not 17%, and 14 million credits made in about 90 minutes, more or less, give or take. You can optimize this, obviously, but to me the most important thing about doing this loop in a DT is the variety of things that you are doing, the things that are happening, like ships actually interdicting you and you getting pulled out of super cruise. You know, there's more interactivity while you are doing the usual Imperial rank grind. So whether or not this particular loop is for you is going to depend on what you're looking for in the game. But me personally, I like it here. I'm probably going to stay in this system for quite some time while I do quite a few of these runs and raise my rank enough to eventually get my cutter. But yeah, it's going to be it for this stream, you guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. Thank you all very much for hanging out. If you're watching this later down the line as a VOD on YouTube, make sure to leave me all your comments and feedback in the comment section below. Thank you guys very much for watching. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button or the follow button, depending on which platform you are watching this stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.